Hello and welcome to Todd Rolls Dice, where we finally have the new Space Wolves. Apparently there are new wolves on Fenris. So we're going to take a look at this box. This is going to be a quick overview of everything that's in there. We'll have some close-ups of all the sprues, the characters. We'll touch on a little bit of the book and the art cards, but the idea of this is just to give you an overview of what is in this box if you weren't able to get one. How about we take a look? So this beautiful artwork on the front, selection of Space Wolves. I'm guessing that's Fenris in the background there. A Space Wolf up there. I think some of this is new art, some of this is old art, but we've seen this box before. On the sides you have the different colours for, I'm guessing it's Grey Company and Blood Claws. I'm not 100% sure, but it's definitely squad markings. And then on the back we have a whole host of contents in there. So this is 26 miniatures. No, it's not. It's 28. So you get your Wolfguard Battle Leader, front and centre, the Wolf Priest, 10 Blood Claws, 10 Grey Hunters, 3 Wolfguard Headtakers with their stunning new wolves as well. And then the Codex and the cards. But enough preamble. Oh, there's a assembly guide and a transfer sheet as well. I mean, transfer sheet might come in handy. But how about we get into this one? Because I've been waiting for a long time for this box, ever since it was announced. So let's rip into it. That can go over there. Really nice wolf cover on the front in the blue and yellow of the Space Wolves, and it's the same on the back, which is pretty cool. And inside we have a whole host of plastic. I do like how they do these boxes now as well. Quite often it used to be that you'd get your sprues thrown on top of your boxes, your cardboard bits, your play mat if it was like a kill team box or something, and it would just damage books. They really have thought about how they present this stuff now. So we have sprues. This looks to me like they're definitely not Headtakers. They're probably, I don't know, I'm unsure. They're stunning, whatever they are. Maybe they are, I don't see any, yeah, bolt pistols, okay, so they're the Blood Claws. We will get onto the sprues in a minute. That's going to be our battle leader. Got some Headtakers there. Like I say, we'll get into this in more depth in a moment. Look at that piece there. We will, like I say, we'll get into these. But this has got to be Grey Hunters as well. That is just a beautiful sheath change sword. That will be Grey Hunters, and this is our Wolf Priest. Yes. So we'll get rid of, sadly they used to have really cool artwork on these. They've stopped doing that now. It is just the Warhammer logo. I guess it makes it easier and cheaper. But once we've got past the sprues, this is what we have. Our beautiful little carry case that will have all of the paperwork in. They even throw in some tracing paper. Wolf symbol on the card, which is always nice, and then under here we should have bases, bases and transfers. We will hold off on the bases, they're not that exciting, but we will take a look at the transfers. So let's get rid of this box. That can just precariously balance over there. So there is our new Space Wolf Army transfer sheet. I would expect this to come with most Space Wolf sets, or it is a bit big to go in the boxes, isn't it? Hopefully this is included in most of the Space Wolf sets, but that's really nice. Beautiful detail, as you would expect with Games Workshop transfers. Wonderful markings, loads of different wolf types for your different companies. We've got the Bloodmaws, Champions of Fenris, the Black Manes, they'll be a popular one I think, the Spirit Wolves, and the Death Wolves, Saga markings, and then vehicle markings as well. Whole host of things there, very nice. It even comes with a, what do you call that bit? An elastic bit. Very nice. And then obviously the chapter master himself, Logan Grimnar in resplendent glory. Oh, this is so exciting. This is so cool. And inside here, if we centralize that a little bit more, we have the limited edition exclusive to this army set, but not exclusive, Codex. So this, with a different cover, there'll be the limited edition cover and then the standard cover. This will all come out exactly as it is, without the gold filigree, and without obviously the artwork Ragnar on the back there. Oh look, now I was going to say, is that Primaris? It is, that is a Primaris. Interesting. Look at the little grot down there. His artwork is stunning. So we have them fighting Tyranids on the front cover, which looks just like generic. I think that piece of art is the piece of art on the standard codex, isn't it? And on the back we have Ragnar fighting greenskins. But this, outside of the cover, outside of the gold filigree on the pages, this is basically going to be the same book that you'll be able to pick up once the codex supplement is released. We have a small but fairly chunky assembly guide. I mean, you can just see some of the options on here, can't you? Loads of different heads for the Headtakers. Loads of different options for the Grey Hunters. I mean, they just look so cool. Yeah, I mean, look at these options. Really, really nice. I can't wait to get into this. And then, last but not least, we have our tactics cards. You will be able to, the data scrolls, aren't they, really? Beautiful artwork on both sides, as you'd expect. Ragnar, copied from the back of the book. And then Logan, copied from the front of the sheet, but no one's complaining. So we'll touch on the contents here. These will be, I think, gold edged, but they're not actually, despite how they look, they'll be exactly the same contents as the standard tactical set that you'll be able to pick up if you do want to pick up the cards. I have Space Marines when the Codex first came out, but I don't know if they're worth it. They're a nice reference point, but the rules do change sometimes and things, so that's the back of them, very nice. Obviously the gold edge to go in with the Codex, and then we just have our characters here. I think we're all fairly familiar with who is staying and who's gone at this point, but we will talk about it when we do a proper look at the Codex. We have the Army Rule, Curse of the Wolfen, and then we'll have the Combat Patrol as well, which I do want to talk about. The Combat Patrol sounds fantastic. So the cards are exactly as you would expect. It covers Combat Patrol, it covers your Army Rule, it doesn't cover Oath of Moment, as far as I know, but it covers all of your units for use with 10th edition. And the jury is out if, yeah, you just get the one Army Rule in there. But the jury's out with what happens with 11th. We're still, we think, 12 months away. Hopefully it's longer. I feel like they're only really just starting to hit their stride with what they're doing, making codexes fun and things. This is the book. Before we go on to the sprues, I feel like that's the most important bit for this box, isn't it? The unboxing of the sprues. A fairly familiar front cover. I get it, but it would be nice if this changed from time to time. Space Wolves, the Sons of Rus. So I'm told by people who have this book that the lore is incredible, the artwork is incredible. I mean, the artwork is incredible, isn't it? Section on iconography, warriors of the great companies. Wow. Great companies, company sigils. This is exactly what I want from a supplement. Or a codex, to be honest. Just all this information about Fenris. Beautiful artwork. And then further in we've got Army Rules. So that's Forces, that's Combat Patrol, which is a couple of pages. Painting your Combat Patrol, but you can use this for painting Space Wolves as well if you want to follow the GW scheme. So quite a good chunk on the Combat Patrol there. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Fighting Gene Stealers as well, really cool. Talking about the different sagas and companies and models in there, showcase, very nice. I mean, that is a lot of lore. That is a huge chunk of lore. Oh, I can't wait to get into it and read it. And then at the back of the book, as we all know, Army Rules, talking about the 3 detachments that you now have access to, the sagas, not detachments. I suppose detachments is doing them a disservice. And then, you've seen all of these before, I'm pretty sure. But the 20 remaining units that we have, very nice. And then in the back there, we get our Crusade Rules. I'm going to probably do quite a big section on this because I will be doing Crusade. I'll be building these up as part of a Crusade force for the channel, and we will be doing some crusading on the channel once I've got terrain painted. So we will take a closer look at this. Crusade badges. Very nice. What should we look at first? Battle leader. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So we have knives on pretty much every model that I've seen. Excellent thunder hammer there. Plasma pistol. Bolt pistol. There's nothing fancy. Oh no, there is. There is a... Is that a wolf skull or a raven skull? Both would fit the Nordic vibe. On the bolt pistol, so that is an individual bolt pistol. Shoulder pads with different bits of cloak and pelt on. Will obviously tie in with building him. Runes on the sword. I mean, that's a beautiful power sword as well. Shield. Very nice. The thing I like about these as well is the chest plates don't have the same Imperial... Is it the Imperial Eagle sigil that they all have? That thunder hammer is just glorious, isn't it? Very nice. Looking forward to getting him built in whatever variation we go with. Rune Priest. Dagger there. I don't think that you can actually build him differently with weapons, but obviously he can have the dagger or he can have the pistol out. Crozius, or the wolf stick of death. Beautiful little bits of detail. And then we have the strong, bald, bearded head. And we have the hooded skull mask, which I think I will have to use. I think that's the only option for me to build him. Little rune tags and things that the Space Wolves have. And there's the other option. The other head there you can probably just make out with the bionic lens. Yeah, really nice. And just fur detailing, absolutely stunning. Just incredible. Really, really impressed. And I'm looking at it through the camera, so... Next up, Headtakers with their Fenrisian wolves. So this will be how they'll obviously split it in the middle to get them in the box. This will be how they come. You have axes for the right hands, and then it's shield or power sword for the left hands by the looks of it. There's no option for a power sword or anything else in the other hand, but with all of these bits in this kit, I'm sure there's a way of kit bashing if you want to. Wolves, I mean the detailing on the wolves, you can see there, just the fur detailing looks fantastic. Wolf snouts there as well. I mean, it's very tough to criticise anything about GW's production and detail of their kits. They are some of the best kits, I think, around detail wise. Just stunning. And that's the back there as well. Really looking forward to getting these guys built as well. The Crusade army is really starting to take shape with these. Shall we do, I think, Blood Claws next. So Sprue 1. Do love a Lightning Claw as well. It's a shame they're not paired. And then we have Sprue 2. So there is a host of options, as you would expect with these, for their battle line troops. Really, really nice. And they may only run around with chainswords and bolt pistols. There's a few knives and things there. If we flip it around. There's a power axe. Lots of chainswords, lots of knives, lots of options, lots of heads. Really nice detail. I have a plan for that beaky helmet. Oh, there's quite a few of the Mark 7 helmets as well. That's brilliant. I love seeing the older armour back. We have some more helmets there. A couple of heads. Shoulder pads. Different options. There is some quite a few blank ones as well. So there's a lightning claw there. And there's a lightning claw there. In fact, is this just two of the same sprue? It is two of the same sprue. these sprues are identical. Okay, so Space Marine units normally work in dual sprues, so you get 10 men in a box. I think most of GW works this way actually. You get 10 in a box with a variety of options, but it's 5 poses doubled. And a lot of the options are doubled. I mean, look at the details on the power sword and things. This is the Nordic vibe that I love. Where was that sheathed chainsword? Maybe it wasn't on this one. No, I think it was on the Grey Hunters, wasn't it? But yeah, it is. And it's probably going to be the same for the Grey Hunters. This will be a duplicated sprue. How do they look? They do. Yeah, they are. Right, okay. That's fine. That simplifies things then. So again, it is just a duplicated sprue. But I am not complaining. Options on here as well. Power sword, power axe, loads of bolters, as you'd expect. They are bolt carbines. You've got knives, accessories. So look at some of the heads. Do we have any older marks of armour heads here? There's a beaky there as well. So if you wanted to do, you can do your Mark 6 beakies. Yeah, there's a Mark 7 there. Nice. I love seeing this older style armour. Really, really nice. There we go. That piece. That one there is where my finger is. That sheathed chainsword. I have a plan for that on a character. I think that's amazing. We'll see. It might need to be used because it looks like it's... No, it's pouches. There's a grenade on there, and so that might just be an accessory. So I may be able to steal that for a kit bash that I have planned. But they look pretty straightforward. So your bodies, your legs will be a fixed pose, your arms are all interchangeable, your shoulder pads will all be interchangeable, and your heads will all be interchangeable. And looking at most of these arms, if you wanted to swap weapons and things, it would be fairly straightforward to do so. It's just cut at the wrist and reposition, replace, do what you want to do. There is so much individuality in this. Tactical rock, obviously. Yeah, really, really nice. Really, really nice. I think the battle leader is probably going to be my favourite model. It's either the Rune Priest or the battle leader. I think they're both glorious. But then the Headtakers, but then they all look so good. I don't know, it's hard to tell. Very hard to tell. But that is a quick look at unboxing the Space Wolves army set. It sold really well apparently, but I cannot wait to dig in and start building, start reading the lore, start enjoying the Space Wolves, and finally having a 40k channel army to get started with and crusading across the galaxy. There is going to be a series of other reviews coming soon as well. Hopefully, I'm hoping to have acquired a copy of the Armageddon Crusade book. I don't know when that will be here, but that will hopefully be here next week or so. And we also have the Mission Deck 25-26 that I was able to get a copy of today, that we will look at the new mission cards as well. Might not necessarily be focusing on match play, but I think from what I've heard, the cards are going to add a new element of playing and some really fun stuff for 1,000-point games as well as 2,000-point games and new ways of playing, sort of objective missions and things. So I'm really looking forward to going through that, and I've never really been that excited about a match play deck. So keep an eye out for that one as well. Hopefully the Armageddon Crusade book will be, hopefully by the end of the month we'll be able to get that one done. But we will also be going through this book, having a look at the data sheets, the Crusade options, and putting together our first 1,000-point order of battle for the channel's Space Wolves Crusade. Let me know what you think of the contents in this box, and if you're able to secure one, how happy are you with it? I'd expect Space Wolf fans are pretty happy with all of this. But let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.